Hello everyone and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today I'm going to be talking about Searchlight Pictures and Hulu's Not Okay, starring Zoey Deutch and Dylan O'Brien. Is this dramedy able to find the right tone, or is its dark subject material just too much for a writer-director to handle? Let's talk about it. Not Okay is written and directed by Quinn Shepard. It stars Zoey Deutch, Dylan O'Brien, Embeth Davidtz, Brennan Brown, Sarah Yarkin, Nadia Alexander, and Mia Isaac. An ambitious young woman finds followers and fame when she poses as the survivor of a deadly attack. But she soon learns that online notoriety comes with a terrible price. Have you ever felt so conflicted with a movie that you just couldn't put your finger on whether you loved it or you hated it? Well, that is how I felt after watching Hulu's new original film, Not Okay. So I want to dive into the negatives first and then the positives, and hopefully come up with some kind of conclusion by the end of this review. Starting with my many issues. This film is tonally all over the place and suffers from an identity crisis. It feels as if it wants to be Mean Girls with a message behind it. One moment it's dishing awkward deadpan humor, reminiscent of early 2000s comedies, then it becomes a Gen Z millennial wish fulfillment fantasy, and then it's a dark, biting satire with extremely heavy and dramatic themes. And Not Okay never succeeds in this juggling act, especially when we're talking about the comedy, which to me was just plain cringeworthy. The film also has so much that it's trying to say that you could call it a message movie and not be wrong. It's a meditation on our young generation's reliance on social media for meaning and purpose. How likes, comments, and subscribers can be our only means for validation and the only way we feel as if we can be seen. It's a critique of influencer culture, how people take what is not theirs and call it their own, how we shape others' narratives to benefit and bolster ours. It's a rally cry to a country that says it condemns violence, yet supports the problem and then chastises its victims. Yes, Not Okay is all of those things, and when it decides to get serious and not gloss over these themes, it is a shockingly poignant film. But too often, all of this gets muddled in the movie trying to be way too many things all at once. There is a really fantastic movie somewhere in the depths of Not Okay, one that could have been a cult classic, one that isn't afraid to go completely against the norm and deliver something divisive, brave, and provocative. And what is so frustrating is that there are moments of brilliance in this film in which you could use those adjectives to describe it, but then the screenplay completely fumbles those moments in the next scene. Too often than not, it feels as if Quinn Shepard's film is holding back, attempting to be something for everyone rather than being unapologetically its own unique vision. And because of this, it just might alienate audiences entirely. Okay, now to our positives. Surprisingly, what really worked for me was when the movie went full on dark. When the movie doesn't pull any punches and does zero favors for its anti-hero. Not Okay subverts all expectations by pretending it's gonna be one thing and then pulling the rug out from under you. This is no redemption movie, which was extremely refreshing and unexpected. Many audiences will be totally turned off from the get-go by our mostly delusional, apathetic, and selfish lead character. Danny Sanders is so unlikable and her actions are so reprehensible that it might make you sick. And at first, I kept wondering why our writer-director hadn't spent more time at the beginning giving Danny some redeeming qualities to make her actions later more palatable. Because as a viewer, we have been conditioned to always root for our lead character in a movie. And then by the end, you realize that this is not Shepard's prerogative at all. And to make this character relatable would have taken away the great impact this movie's finale has. I appreciate the fact, in this regard, Not Okay doesn't take the easy or expected route. By making Danny an amoral protagonist and her journey of self-discovery a wildly unpredictable one, Shepard has created a nuanced and fresh, if completely unsympathetic, lead character. And that leads me to this cast, who are all fantastic and are able to elevate the oftentimes embarrassing dialogue. Zoey Deutch uses her girl-next-door charm to her advantage by making it a sly front for Danny's deplorable personality. This character could have been entirely unwatchable, but Deutch makes it so you just can't look away. Dylan O'Brien, who was co-stars with Deutch in this year's underrated gem The Outfit, is having the time of his life, being just as sickeningly loathsome as our lead. He plays Colin, an idiotic stoner and wannabe playboy, so well that you'll want to punch O'Brien in the face by the end. And lastly, there's Mia Isaac, who is having a hell of a month after starring in the just-released Amazon Prime original movie, Don't Make Me Go. She plays a school shooting survivor named Rowan, and the actress brings real gravitas and impact to the film when everyone else around her are all playing garbage humans. You know, I spent a great deal of time after this movie thinking about it, which is normally always a really good sign. But here, I just kept thinking about how frustrated I was that Not Okay didn't go all the way to the dark side. Instead of sugarcoating much of its subject material as it has, I craved for it to get down and dirty and in the trenches with what it was trying to say. This film just doesn't have the razor-sharp wit or deep insight it thinks that it has to pull off what it's trying to accomplish. But I am still going to recommend my more forgiving viewers to check it out, because not only am I morbidly curious to see how others are going to react to this movie, I also think that there is enough here to get people talking. And for me, that's always a sign that at least something went right. So I will be giving Not Okay 2.5 Red Berets out of 5. This is a film so confused about what it wants to be that all of the truly great things about it get lost in the chaos of its screenplay. If Not Okay leaned more towards its darker tone and subject material, and less on sugarcoating it with cringe comedy and cutesy genre cliches, this could have been a real winner. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. What are your thoughts on Not Okay? Were you just as conflicted with it as I was? And what messages did you get out of the movie, if any? Sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, my friends, take care.